Hello and welcome to this is the third installment of my makeup declutter. I will be going through my second drawer here. You can't see that that's the second drawer, but it's the second one. Before I do that, I'll just quickly show you what the state of my top drawer looks like, which is what I decluttered in the last two videos. So single eyeshadows, like quads and trios, mascaras, cream shadows, eyebrow products, things like that. And then there's extras in the back there. Okay, so that is what I decluttered last time. And now today we will dip into the second drawer. Now I mentioned, I think in my last video, so I think that was primarily just single eyeshadows and things, that I was going to try a different format. So what I did, it's basically the same setup, but here I've already kind of gone through my collection, and I have an idea of what I want to keep for sure and what I want to get rid of for sure, but there are also a few palettes in here that are kind of on the fence. But this is primarily just so I don't take another 20-25 minutes trying to get through it all. So as you can see, all eyeshadow palettes here. Actually, there's a couple of face palettes and hybrids in here, but primarily just large palettes, right? And to be perfectly honest, the majority of this will be staying in here, or I'll be keeping them, just because for the most part palettes tend to be a little bit more than say just buying a single eyeshadow from e.l.f. So it's gonna be a little bit harder to let go of these things, but I do have an idea of what I will get rid of. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. We'll kind of, no rhyme or reason, Element of Surprise palette from ColourPop. This I'm definitely going to keep. Now, while it's not a everyday kind of eyeshadow palette for me, it's certainly something that I use when I want to be a little bit more creative and all that. This, I think, was the first palette that ever made it easy to use color for somebody who doesn't do eyeshadow very much. So I do appreciate that about this palette. So I'll try not to do this for every single one, but I still have the unit carton for it. I should honestly get rid of it. Probably will now, actually, now that I'm doing that. But in case you didn't know what that palette looked like, there's that. Okay, so I mean, it's pretty, honestly, kind of neutral, with like a few deep shades and, metallic-y, shimmery shades, but it's nice. So gonna definitely keep that. Actually, I'm not keeping the unit carton on. Okay, keeping. And by the way, there's a tub here that will house all the things I'm getting rid of, and then I'll just set aside the other things that I'm keeping, obviously, and then rearrange everything back in here. Okay, next, the Tartelette in Bloom. I recently got this. I'm pretty sure I got this on sale. Must have been for like $32 or something like that. It was on sale, like I said. The Tartelette in Bloom, I'm going to keep that. I have not really played around a whole lot with it, but from what I can tell, I really like it. So, especially since my sister had it before me, and I kind of like swatched it and played with it and like applied that eyeshadow to her and to her own eyes, and it looked really beautiful, so I wanted to try it out for myself, and it was perfect that it was on sale. So there's that. Keeping that. Next, the NYX In Your Element palette. Okay, and the Air configuration, not configuration, but you know what I'm saying. But there's that pastel light colors, very pretty. And I got this actually from Burlington Coat Factory because we just happened to be browsing around in like downtown Chicago, and he stopped in there and saw this, and it was on discount, deep discount, so I figured why not. I wanted the Earth one, but alas, keeping that one. Let's go to the Sonia Kashuk. Now this one, I love this. Okay, I've featured it in one video that kind of explored the all matte eyeshadow palettes at the drugstore, and this is definitely in there. It's $20, which is a little steep, right, for the drugstore. But the versatility of this, especially for somebody that does not do makeup to like the extent that, you know, YouTube people do, right? It's very nice and versatile palette, at least for me. And as you can tell, I hit pan in one shade, and there's plenty of wells in other shades. So I think I will hold on to this for now. Part of my hesitation is I feel like it's gotten a little bit more dry within the last couple of years. This is quite old. This is maybe three or 4 years old, I think. But yeah, it's still going strong. I would probably have said I'm going to get rid of it had I not used it a couple of days ago. Actually, I've been using it kind of, not consistently, but I've been using it like within the last month or two. So it's not like I'm not using it. Sorry, that's out of frame, but I will keep this. Okay. Keep moving, Allie. You're talking too much. Okay, another NYX Avant Pop in Nouveau Chic. Okay, very pretty. Nice shades. I'm going to say this for a lot of the palettes. I like the shades in here and everything. I just need to use it more. I'm just not a huge, like, eyeshadow person. If I do eyeshadow, I typically like the whole 1-2 color, like, eyeshadow look, like a wash all over the lid and stuff. So, I don't know. That's probably why I don't really dip much into the eyeshadow palettes, despite the fact that I have so many. But I will be keeping this. This is Sephora by Z palette. I'm going to keep the palette. And there's a bunch of singles in here, all of which, except for one, all of this is Coastal Scents. That one right there is from ColourPop. I'm going to keep all the singles for now. You're going to see more later, but I'm probably going to do a separate video, or I'm just going to do it on my own, but I'm probably going to declutter a few shades just because when it came to ordering what shades I wanted from Coastal Scents, there were a lot that were very close, but for some reason in my weird mind, I convinced myself that I needed 2 of a very similar shade, but I clearly do not. So I will keep this. This is really nice, though, the Z palette thing. Okay, here's one that I will definitely get rid of. This is the Pixie by Petra. This is Aquamarine Dream, all blue shades. Clearly, I got this on clearance. While it's super pretty and enticing in the pan, I mean, I do not ever wear blue shadow, right? So like I mentioned earlier, I don't do eyeshadows very much, let alone blue eyeshadow, which I don't think would be very flattering on me anyway, the way I do eyeshadow. So definitely going to get rid of this. I think the only reason why I kept this was for this and this shade, and they're honestly not that great. And I have a couple of shades that look like this one, but prettier from Coastal Scents, so time to get rid of it. It's just taking up space. Yay, the first one. Okay, this one, I'm such a dingus, okay? When I was decluttering my last drawer, right, I think I accidentally dropped this, and look, it's cracked. It's so cracked. It's a very soft formula, but it was quite the fault. This is the Shade and Light Quad in Plum from Kat Von D. Her formulation is very powdery, but it's nice. It's very smooth. Look at that pigmentation, right? This little pinky shade there. So I'm not going to do this for every palette, obviously, but it's very nice. I'm still going to keep it. I'm just going to have to be very careful. Okay. So I'm going to keep that. Okay. Next, Ciate in the Fun. It's the Fun palette, I think. Yep. So this is fun. It's fun. Okay. Now this was a gift from one of my sisters, and what's really unfortunate is all the colorful shades, except for maybe this one and this one. Okay, so maybe like 2 or 3 of the shades are actually not that great, which is unfortunate because it's, you know, probably got this because of the colors and not because of the neutrals, right? So, I don't know. I'm going to keep this because I did actually use this the other day, but it's just unfortunate that it, the pigmentation formulation is not that great, but I will keep it for now. Okay. Next. Oh, that is powdering. Oh, it's probably the shadow. Next, I've got a bunch of Wet n Wild palettes here. I think, okay, so I've got 3 6-pans and 3 8-pan palettes, okay. So this is the Comfort Zone palette before they repackaged it, did whatever they did with it. I don't know what the new one looks like. I've forgotten. This is obviously cracked and all that stuff. But this, along with, so this is Comfort Zone, right? Along with the Greed, and this is, oh, Lust palette, right? These are what, like, I don't know, put Wet n Wild on the map as far as YouTube goes, because the quality of these shadows for drugstore and for the price was insane, right? So I remember being so excited to have these. We also had, what was the name of the other one? So Lust, Greed, there was another third one. I don't remember the name. It's one of the seven deadly sins, right? I can't remember, but I used to have that, and I remember being so excited just because of, I mean, again, drugstore, Wet n Wild. Actually, me swatching this just now, I'm like shocked. Okay. I will admit I did put lotion on my hands just now, but I mean, look at that. And again, these are from like high school, okay? Actually, I'm pretty sure this is my sister's, or this one's my sister's. I can't remember. But, and I just took it from her. But I'll be keeping these is what my point is. I'm going to keep these two, and also the 8-pan. But now looking at these colorful ones. So this one, these were all limited edition, as you can see there. This is in Temporary Solutions. High Flying Colors. I don't know what's up with the theme of this, right? But okay. And then California Roll. All very bright colors, and I bought these all about the same time, and honestly, there's only a handful of shades that I want to keep, but does it really warrant me keeping them all? I don't think so. I was kind of on the fence about these ones, like, because again, obviously these are probably like $5 each, right? 6, 7 maybe for these. I don't even know how much these cost anymore, but, or I don't think they sell them anymore, but either way, I didn't spend that much, but I spent a significant enough amount of money, right, to buy these. And then I think I had another one of these, but then I got rid of it as well. So, okay, I think this is what I'll do. I'm going to see if I can depot these and put them in the Z palette. Okay, if I can do it with relative ease, right, I'll keep some of the shades and then get rid of the rest. Otherwise, I'm just going to get rid of these because I don't wear these eyeshadows. So, which is kind of sad because they're very colorful and fun and all that, but Allie, you're not wearing these, obviously, so these are going to go. Either way, the pan itself will go, the packaging. All right, I'm supposed to put these in the keep pile. Okay, moving through, let's go here at the forefront, okay? So I do have two face palettes, a contour one, right? I do use this is from Profusion. I've had this for about a year now, less than a year. I use this shade a lot. This one over here. I use the 3 contour shades, which is quite nice. So I will keep these. I don't know. This was like $5, probably. The highlight. I don't highlight to the gods or anything like that, but I do love the fact that these are pretty, I don't know, for me, they're pretty unique shades. Like, I don't have this, like, lilac-y type highlight. This one's kind of a bronzy type. I mean, I don't know. I probably could find similar, like either eyeshadows or highlighters that I have in my collection, but I do like the idea of this, so I'm going to keep it. Actually, speaking of which, I forgot there are little brushes included. This was stuck at the bottom of the drawer, and I'll put that back in there. Great. Okay, next 3 naked palettes. Gonna definitely keep both. Now, this one, because it was a gift from my mom and dad, and one qualm I have with this is just, as you can see, if I'm not blocking it, this is very loose just because it's glued in, and then just the material that the packaging is made out of, it just does not, you know, make for very solid pans in here. But lovely colors. I should try to use this more, obviously. It's pretty monotone, I must say, though. So, I don't know. We'll see. But either way, I will keep it. The Naked palette. Okay, I was considering getting rid of this a while ago. I was considering selling it for a discounted price, but I love this Naked shade. Oh, and by the way, I bought this with my own money. 52 bucks, right? Ridiculous. But I love this shade. This is my favorite shade, which is funny because it's the most boring shade here, right? But it's a great all over the lid. You want a little bit of depth while still looking put together kind of shade. Naked. I want to dupe it or eventually pull the trigger and buy the single for 20 bucks, right? But it's a great shade. You know, this is the original. It's an OG makeup item with YouTube, right? So in that regard too, I want to keep it. And apparently they are discontinuing it, or at least they're discontinuing the packaging. I don't know what's that all about, but again, I should keep it. Going to Modern Renaissance. It's got a similar packaging. It's a little bit dirty. People always complain about that, but it's okay, whatever. I was lusting after this palette for so long. And then I think with my Ulta, like, rewards or something, I got a few, like, I don't know, $12 off of it. So maybe like 30. I got it for $30 because of my Ulta stuff, Ulta rewards. So I ended up getting it. I think it's beautiful. I don't use it as much as I would think, given how much I was lusting over it, but it's a beautiful palette. I can see why people love it. I'm surprised I love the neutrals as much as I do. I wish there was this, like, a deeper shade than just the Cypress Umber, like a black or a really, really, really cool toned deep brown or something. But I mean, they're all really lovely colors. I could honestly use all of them. So there's not one that I hate. Okay, so lovely. But I just don't use it as much, right? Like I said, I don't, I'm not a huge eyeshadow person. I apparently love the idea of collecting them and thinking I'll use them, but I don't ever actually do that. The next one. So this is one of those hybrids, obviously, Eye and Cheek from Profusion. So you got blushes, you got highlighters, and you got your eyeshadows. Now, the other day, not that I was going to get rid of it, but I was just kind of swatching it, and this shade, terrific. It is so pretty. It's so pretty, okay? I'm just going to swatch it here, okay? I love these sorts of colors. Now, it's a little bit more bronzy than I normally go for, and it looks pretty plain, but for this thing being 10 bucks and you getting like all these different things, it's a great palette. It's a little bulky, but I mean, for a beginner, it's nice because you got options for blush, options for highlight, your eyeshadows, staples, things like that. So I think it's great. This is 10 bucks. And that's like a year old. I got that when I got back from a trip. So I remember that fondly. Okay, Good Sport from ColourPop. This is relatively new. This is actually within a month new. So definitely will be still keeping this. What? I will definitely still be keeping this. Good Lord. Now this palette is a surprise, okay? This is the Vintage Filter from Sephora. I don't think they sell these anymore. This was from, I think, 2 years ago. I got it on sale, like for half price maybe. I'm not really sure. I can't remember. But if you look at the shades here, okay? If you look at the shades, and I know the lighting's not great, but they're really boring, right? They look kind of like the palettes that my mom would get from like Estee Lauder, right? But even more dull, right? Very muted. But what's funny is I actually love the colors in here, okay? This is a very pretty light gold shade. This is a nice medium brown here. This shade here in, what is this? Cookie Crunch, and it's vintage. Those are really beautiful all over the lid shades. These are nice for deepening it up, adding a little bit of color. I actually like this palette a lot, which is a surprise because it looks so boring. So, I don't know. I'm definitely going to keep this one, though. Ooh, I almost dropped it. Definitely going to keep this one, though. And this cute. The cover of it is cute as heck. Okay, keeping. Okay, we're getting through like half of it. This is the Bon Voyage. I've not touched this at all. I'll see if my sister wants it. Otherwise, I'm going to keep it for myself. Just because she's like very particular with her makeup. Like she doesn't have the ridiculous, amounts of makeup the way that I do, right? She doesn't have that much, right? I don't know what I'm trying to say. She doesn't have a crazy, ridiculous amount of makeup, right? She just has the things that she likes and that's that. So I'll probably end up keeping this, but I thought this was very cute, considering we like to travel, so cute. Cute, cute, cute. Okay, another gift from my parents. Actually, I think this is from my mom, but my parents, either way. The Shade and Light from Kat Von D. Kat Von D. Okay, I have not opened this. Actually, I probably have opened it, but I've not swatched it. I've not done anything with it. Going to keep it. See this and my Sonia Kashuk. I figured once I open this, I'll probably get rid of the Sonia Kashuk or something, just because, I don't know, it's newer. It's a higher end brand, I guess. I don't know. But I'm going to obviously keep this because I've not used it yet. Okay, I'm losing steam a little bit. This is a little pamphlet from the Tartelette in Bloom. Aha! Here's something I'll get rid of. Getting rid of this. The Carly Bible palette, okay? Which is unfortunate because I love the idea behind it. The packaging is cute, okay? But I just don't love the shadows. The formula for the eyeshadows is just not great, okay? If I can, I'm going to try to depot the highlighters, and again, put it in that Z palette type situation, but otherwise, it's honestly I'm just gonna get rid of it, okay? What's funny is because I remember looking at this palette and thinking, like, I can, like, these two shades are similar, but they're not. I swatched them side by side, and there's differences between them, but, like, in the pan, these two look similar, these two look similar, these two right over here, that wasn't clear, these two right here look similar, these two look similar right here. It's like, okay, did you just make two different sizes of the same shade? They did not, but kind of looks like it in the pan. But it's too dry. It's too dry, so I don't love the formulation. Luckily, I don't have any attachment to Carly Bible, though I'm sure she's lovely, but I never watched her, so if it were like somebody else, I'd probably have a harder time letting go, but I will let go of this. Okay. Coastal Scents. See, look at all these shades. So these three here at the bottom are ColourPop, but everything else is Coastal Scents. And can you see what I mean by I bought shades where they literally look identical? They almost look identical. Like these three right here, Silliness. These three right here, I don't know. I was being crazy. I think this was during the time where I was lusting after the, what's it called? The modern Renaissance. And I was just trying to find red shades. I think that's where I was going with that. But yeah. Again, I'm going to be keeping all of this. So I have, can't remember how many this is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So 32 in there. Okay. 32 pot, like little things there. These are 12 pans. So you can see these are more just coastal scent shades. And these are a little bit more unique actually, which is, or at least a few of them are. It's quite nice. Okay. And then I put all matte shadows, mostly matte shadows in here. So again, you can see like the pink, excuse me, and warm shades, but yeah. Keeping all of those. And then this is actually obviously a blush palette. And I just wanted to get shades that I didn't already have, but of course I picked out shades that I probably do have right here, in here. But I will be keeping all of this as well. Yay. Okay, I'm getting to the back of the drawer. It's kind of making me sad because, okay, well, before I get into it, NYX Lid Lingerie, gonna keep. Oh my gosh, it's 26 minutes, y'all. I'm so sorry, but gonna keep that. Okay. Great all matte palette. This is what makes me sad. So this is the first makeup product that my mom ever got me for Christmas. And I would keep it. I shouldn't. It's from Victoria's Secret, okay, when they sold makeup. I would keep this, but it is broken. It did fall at some point, and it's broken, and it's dusty and things. Pretty cute color selection, but I don't use this. I'm never going to use it, just because it's that old. It makes me sad that I have to let go of it, but I will have to. Yeah, it makes me sad. Because there's actually a couple of shades in here too that are really, really nice. But again, I need to learn to let go of things when I need to, right? And while like the sentimentality of it being my first makeup product gifted to me, I shouldn't keep it. I shouldn't keep it because of that. Especially if it's taking up room like this, right? But I got really quiet, didn't I? I don't know. It's just kind of sad, but I'm going to get rid of this. Okay. Okay, last 4 palettes. Milani Bold Obsessions, number 2. And I bought this for a trip, for my trip to Japan with my siblings, and it's lovely, right? It's funny because this is one of those palettes where the colors are lovely, but for whatever reason, I just don't reach for it as much as I would think, okay? Like this little shade here, this shade right here, the mattes, the staply kind of mattes, even this shade, even though it's probably the worst formulation in this palette, that's even nice. Like, it's nice, but I don't use it as much as much as you'd think, considering like the colors in here. So I'm going to still keep this because I bought this last year, but we shall see. Okay. Okay, this is actually a palette from this is my sister's eyeshadow palette, Daydream palette from Stila, who owns Stila anymore, right? But beautiful colors. I remember being jealous when she got this because I think she wore makeup, right? She wore makeup, but I was more like into the YouTube stuff when it first started, right? And I remember her getting this. I was like, oh, lucky. So now here I am with it in my own makeup drawer, but I don't think she minds. But yeah, Kitten here, which was a super popular shade. I don't know if it still is, but blinding, okay, before things were blinding the way that they are now. Okay, so I'm going to keep that. Last two palettes, here we go. The Tarte Make Believe in Yourself. Remember people having issue with the name. I'm going to keep this for now, though this is one of those palettes that had I not, granted, I did get it on a discount because it was on sale, right? Had I not paid for it myself, or I was not gifted it, or maybe I got it for like $1, I would just get rid of it. But because, again, I put my own money into this, and it's not, it's like within the last 2 years I bought this, but I still want to keep it, but I would probably get rid of it otherwise. But we'll see the next time I do another declutter, right? If this will make it, but for now we will keep it. Okay, last palette. Okay, probably no one recognizes this, except unless your mom was into Estee Lauder and their holiday sets. This is the Deluxe Pure Color Eyeshadow Palette. So this comes in the holiday makeup beauty set that you can get from Estee Lauder. My dad used to get my mom this set like for a number of years, and I don't know, this was included in it. Okay, so these are the eyeshadows in this palette, and you can see some of that has been so dipped into. It's hitting pan on a couple of those shades. I think my sister used to have this before me. My mom didn't do eyeshadow, doesn't really do eyeshadow very much at all, but yeah, that's this palette. So I love the nostalgia of this, and luckily I will be able to keep this one. I'm okay with keeping this one because it's a little bit more compact, and this one's a little bit more, I don't know, there's a lot of memories behind this one, even over the Victoria's Secret one, even though that was my first makeup or eyeshadow palette. So, all right, I am completely done with all the eyes now. Next time when I do the next drawer, which will be, I can take a look-see in there. That'll be the next one. I'll show you what my new configuration of eyeshadow palettes. I'm probably gonna wipe this down because it's real dusty in there, but that's it for this one. Thanks for sticking around. I know that was super long. This was even longer than my last video, though. I will say, considering I went through a whole drawer, this first drawer combined time 20 minutes or 40 minutes. This whole drawer took about 33, so I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, thanks so much for sticking around. If you want to, by all means, please do subscribe. You'll be able to see when I post the next one if you are into that. You can check out my other videos. I sporadically post things, not just makeup-y stuff, though I guess that's the easiest thing to record sometimes for me. But thanks. I'll see you in the next one. Till next time. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.